Hello students, welcome to Spectra Educational Academy. In this video, I am going to explain answers for SAQs. Let us start with SAQs in chapter Motion in Plane. First, let me read the question. That question is, state parallelogram law of vectors. Derive an expression for the magnitude and direction of the resultant vector. So first, you draw the diagram. Presentation of diagram in a neat manner will give you 1 mark. So first you draw the diagram. Based on the diagram, you try to understand the statement. Say this is one vector. So it is parallel to x-axis. This is other vector. But remember, you treat this vector as B. This vector is A. Now, you construct the parallelogram. So parallel to this is the side which is drawn parallel to vector A. So this is a side which is parallel to B. So you can once again take this is B. This is A. Right. So based on this, and there is a resultant, this is to be called as C is equal to A plus B. Okay. So you can draw C as with other color also. So this is going to be the resultant. Now, I think you might have seen in the textbook, there is an extension here. What is the need for extension? The extension is, see, look at the diagram. Vector B making an angle theta with x-axis. As and when any vector makes an angle theta with x-axis or 90 minus theta with y-axis, so its influence will be spread both along x-axis as well as y-axis. So this is a part of resolution. Now you prepare the statement based on the diagram. So look at A and B. Therefore, statement. Writing statement also will give you 1 mark. If two vectors represented by both magnitude and direction. So these two vectors are treated as, so two vectors are represented by both magnitude and direction, treated as the adjacent sides of a parallelogram drawn from a point. Then the diagonal passing from the intersecting point of A and B. The diagonal passing from the intersecting point of two vectors represents their resultant with the magnitude and direction. So if you write like this, you will get another mark. Now let us proceed with the equation part. So looking at the equation, looking at the diagram, so you have to write the explanation. Let A and B are the two vectors with magnitudes. What are vectors? Vectors are basically physical quantities. Just remember this. With magnitudes So what are magnitude here? Magnitude nothing but length of the vector or numerical value of the vector. Length of the vector. With magnitudes, what are the magnitudes for vector A? It is OA. And from the diagram, what is the magnitude of vector B? It is OB. So OB is the magnitude of vector B. Similarly, you can look at the diagram. OC is the magnitude of vector D. OC is the magnitude of vector C. Yeah. Now, so here vector B is resolved into two components. It will be like Bx along x-axis, By along y-axis. So it is parallel to CD. Now, so looking at the diagram, so what you can write? B, vector B is resolved into two components. So what you can write is cos theta is equal to, once again look at the diagram, cos theta is equal to Bx by, if you take this as 90, B will become adjacent, B will become hypotenuse. So Bx by B. Similarly, you can write this as Bx is equal to B cos theta. So you can present there. So Bx equal to B cos theta. Similarly, By. So taking sin theta, By by B. So By is equal to B sin theta. So you can write here By as B sin theta. Proceed. Now you can give the angle here. Theta is the angle between A and B. So once again, theta here, that is the angle between A and B. But don't forget to give angle between resultant and x-axis as alpha. So now theta is the angle between A and B, whereas alpha is the angle between C and x-axis. Now equation part will come. Take a triangle OCD. Triangle OCD. So in triangle OCD, what you can write is OC square, make use of Pythagoras, OC square equal to OD square plus CD square. So you write that. OC square equal to OD square plus CD square. Looking at the diagram, you can write OD as OA plus AD. So OD can be written as OA plus AD, whole square plus CD square. Now, so you split this. This is going to be like A plus B whole square, OA square plus AD square plus 2OA AD plus CD square. In the diagram, you said that CD is magnitude of By. So you can say CD is equal to By, that is equals to CD is equal to By, that is equals to B sin theta. Also, AD is equal to Bx, that is equals to B cos theta. So this is also equal to AD. AD equal to B cos theta and CD equal to B sin theta. Now you substitute here. OA is the length, magnitude of vector A, it is A square. AD is equal to B cos theta. You can directly write that. B square cos square theta. 2OA, once again A, because OA is the length of vector A. AD, what is AD? AD, you have written it as B cos theta. So you write that. Plus CD. So CD is the length. CD is the length of what? So CD is also equal to by, that is also equal to b sin theta. But here square is there. You can write b square sin square theta. So b square cos square theta, b square sin square theta. So to take out common b square cos square theta plus sin square theta plus 2ab cos theta. So therefore, since cos square theta plus sin square theta is equal to 1, so you will get a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. On the left side, you have OC square. OC is the length of vector C. So the final equation, this is the magnitude of resultant vector root over a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. Then, so there is another part in the question, that is, you need to also find out the direction of resultant vector. So how to find out? Once again, look at the diagram. So in general, whenever we go to get the equation of direction, we take, once again, you take OCD, triangle OCD. In a triangle OCD, so if I want to write, so in general, we go with the tan to get the direction. Tan alpha is equal to, you look at the diagram. Tan alpha is equal to CD by OD, because tan theta is opposite. So opposite is b sin theta here. Adjacent is entire OD. So therefore, tan alpha equal to CD by OD. So CD is equal to, you have written that b sin theta. OD is what? Once again, you have to write OA plus AD. So b sin theta, OA is the length of vector A plus AD. AD you have written as b cos theta. So b sin theta by a plus b cos theta. This is the final equation. So if you write like this, you'll get full marks. Now, this is what we are looking for. This is the first equation. This is the magnitude of resultant vector. Magnitude of resultant vector. And this is its direction. Direction of resultant vector. Next, let us proceed with the next question. So first, let me read the question. Show that the trajectory of an object thrown at certain angle with the horizontal is a parabola. First, let us draw the diagram. Based on the diagram, let us develop the sentences. This is treated as y-axis. Upward direction, wherever you stand, upward direction, you take it as y-axis. Along the horizontal surface, you take it as x-axis. This is y-axis. So you are throwing a ball. So they mentioned it as object thrown with velocity u at an angle theta from a point O. So as and when, just imagine this is just like a ball going like 6, path taken by the ball whenever a batsman hit a 6. So this is x-axis. So this velocity making an angle theta with a vector making an angle. Vector is what here, velocity is a vector making an angle theta with x-axis. So you can say 90 minus theta with y-axis. Yeah. So this vector is having its influence along x-axis in the form of ux. Similarly, this u is having its influence along y-axis in the form of uy. So we have the earlier practice that ay is equal to a sin theta. Same way, a was the vector there. Now a is replaced with the velocity. So a can be any vector. Now here it is velocity. So you need to write uy is u sin theta. So influence of u acting like u sin theta in y direction. ux equal to u cos theta. So influence of u along x-axis is the ux, that is equals to u cos theta. So this is called as the resolution of vectors. This is the first point. Next point. So it follows the path called as trajectory and finally reaches the ground. So you can say this is the point of maximum height. And finally, the projectile will get a range, maximum horizontal distance. Now, first you write the sentences related to the diagram. Consider a body thrown at certain angle theta with initial velocity u from a point O on the ground. So it follows parabolic path and finally reaches ground, covers maximum range, or you can say simply range. Yeah. Now there is another point, important point here. Initial velocity is resolved into two components. So one is ux equal to u cos theta, other one uy is equal to u sin theta. This is the first point. Second point, this at the maximum height, at the point of maximum height, vertical component of velocity will become 0. Horizontal component will continue as Vx is equal to u cos theta. So you can add a point there. Since there is no change in magnitude, direction of velocity horizontally, there is no acceleration. There is no acceleration horizontally. So you can ask me that when does a body possess acceleration? Means as and when either there is change in the magnitude of velocity or there is change in the direction of velocity, or maybe both, then only body possesses acceleration. So now along x-axis, no change in the magnitude. So suppose if you take a point here, So what is the direction of ux? Ux is continues to be from left to right. So there will be here, you can say Vy, you can say this is Vx. Vx equal to once again u cos theta. Then, so suppose if you take the other part of the motion, so therefore you can draw like this. This is once again Vx, this is Vy. So this is Vx. Vx is continues to be u cos theta. So no change in the magnitude. Also, so it is from left to right only. There is no change in the direction also. So that is why horizontally there is no acceleration. So you can write that Ax equal to 0. But there is change in velocity. There is change in the direction and magnitude of velocity. magnitude of velocity. So object possess acceleration. So this is all because of gravity. You can say Ay is equal to minus C. So these are important points. First one is resolution, writing about resolution, u sin theta, u cos theta. Also, why projectile does not possess acceleration horizontally? Why? What is the reason for the projectile to possess acceleration in vertical direction? So this is important point. Next, coming to the equation part. First, you take up in horizontal direction. In horizontal direction, suppose when projectile is at point P, what are the coordinates x comma y? So what does it mean? As and when it comes to P, it covers a horizontal distance which is equal to x. Simultaneously x, and it covers a vertical distance y. So therefore, in horizontal direction, when it is at the point P, so take equation of motion along x-axis Sx uxt half ax t square. So what is Sx means? Distance covered by the projectile when it comes to point P along x direction. Initial velocity along x direction, acceleration along x direction. So therefore, so now you take Sx is equal to x, but it is less than range. So now you write down that. So x is equal to ux. What did you take in the concept ux? It is u cos theta with the t. But you have treated that ax is 0 because no change in the velocity, direction and magnitude. So therefore, you call this is t equal to x by u cos theta. Equation 1. So this is in horizontal direction. Now moving to the vertical direction. In a vertical direction. So in vertical direction, Sy, so distance traveled in vertical direction until it reaches to point P. So Sy is equal to y, but this is less than maximum height. So therefore, in vertical direction, once again you write down S equal to ut plus half at square in the vertical direction as uyt half ayt square. So what did you take? Sy you have taken as y. Uy is initial velocity in the form of u sin theta with t. But you consider that gravity is present. So due to which only there is change in the velocity, magnitude and direction. A is minus g with the t square. You call this equation 2. Now substitute equation 1 in 2. So you'll get y is equal to substitute 1 in 2. So y is equal to u sin theta with the t. What did you have for t? X by u cos theta minus half g t. Once again x by u cos theta but squared. So finally, you need to cancel u and u. So therefore, sin by cos is tan theta into x half g. So this is going to be x square by u square cos square. You treat this tan theta as a and this part as b. So you will finally get y is equal to ax minus bx square. So this part is b. So this is one of the parabolic equation. This is what we are looking for. Yeah. So there is a question which is question number 3. This is the continuation. This is in continuation of question number 2 only. So only one difference is Sy to be treated as h max instead of y in vertical direction, whereas in horizontal direction, Sx to be treated as range instead of x. So let us continue with the third question. First, let me read it. Show that the maximum height and range of a projectile are u square sine square theta by 2g and u square sine 2 theta by g respectively, where the terms have their regular meanings. First, let us take up in vertical direction. In vertical direction, you have taken that initial velocity uy is equal to u sine theta. This is based on resolution of vector, initial velocity vector. And in vertical direction, you have also taken that ay is equal to minus g. So get back the definition. Get back the definition of maximum height. The point reached by the body in its path where its final velocity is 0. So vertical component of velocity is 0 at h max. So therefore, you treat that Vy is 0. Now, make use of equation. V square minus u square is equal to 2as. But as I said, in the previous concept, you took that sy is equal to y. But now you have to treat it as h max. Now, so you make a change that in vertical direction as a y, this is also y. So therefore, what did you take Vy? Vy is 0 because as and when projectile reaches maximum height, vertical component of velocity is 0. Then uy is what? U square, because uy is u sine theta, squaring that, you will get u square sine square theta 2. Ay is minus g. Now, sy in this concept is h max. So therefore, you will get minus and minus cancel both sides of the equation. So you will get h max is equal to u square sine square theta by 2g. This is the desired expression. Moving to the in horizontal direction. In horizontal direction, so what did you take? The resolution says that horizontal component is ux equal to u cos theta. And you took that ax equal to 0. In the previous concept, you took that horizontally sx equal to x. Now it is going to be range, maximum. So maximum horizontal distance covered by the projectile is called range. So what else to take? Ux will continue. Right. So once again, you take a s equal to ut plus half at square. Now you make a small change, sy, uy, ay. But when does body possess range means after taking time of flight. So first part, to reach first part, it takes a time of ascent. To reach second part, it takes a time of descent. So from the point of projection to after it gets the range, it requires time of ascent, time of descent, it will be time of flight. So therefore, you write this as a time of flight. After taking time of flight only, projectile will get a maximum horizontal distance, that is range. Now sy is range. Ux, this is to be written as ux, not uy. It's also sx. Yeah. This is sx. This is ux. This is ax, right? So it is u cos theta. With the time of flight, you took ax equal to 0, you don't need to write it. Remember, time of flight is equal to time of ascent plus time of descent. You don't need to prove the equation. Time of flight is 2u sine theta by g. So when time permits, I'll explain in the next sessions. Nothing to worry. Yeah. So u cos theta, 2u sine theta by g. Proceed. So u and u square, it is 2 sine theta and cos theta by g. So u square 2 sine theta cos theta can be written as sine 2 theta by g. So this is the desired equation for range. The final step is range is equal to u square sine 2 theta by g. Now, so in connection to this question, there is another question. Show that the maximum height reached by a projectile launched at an angle 45 degrees is 1/4 of its range. What does it mean? Height is equal to range by 4. We need to show like that. So we require these equations only, this equation and this equation only. Expression of height and expression of range only we require. Sometimes this question may be asked in VSAQs also. Right, let us proceed. This is question number 4. So once again, you get back H max is u square sine square theta by 2g. This is equation 1. Range R is equal to u square sine 2 theta by g. Yeah, so you divide 1 and 2. So H by R is equal to u square sine square theta by 2g divided by u square sine 2 theta. I am going to write 2 sine theta and cos theta by g. So u square get cancelled, g and g get cancelled. 1 sine theta also get cancelled. You will get a sine theta by cos theta multiplied by 4. 2 2s are 4. Yeah. So sine theta by cos theta is tan theta by 4. Now in the question they mentioned that you got H by R is equal to tan theta by 4. Theta is 45. It is mentioned in the question. So tan 45 is 1. So therefore it will be 1 by 4. Now finally, after you do the cross multiplication, you will get by 4. So this is the way to present the answer. Still for getting full marks. Thank you very much, students, for watching my video. But don't forget to share and subscribe with your friends and relatives. In my next class, I'll continue with the explanation of VSAQs in Newton laws of motion. Thank you very much.